With the real estate market collapsing, everything falling apart, a recession ongoing, the market crash upon us, why is right now the best time to get into the real estate industry? Whether you're investing or want to be a real estate agent, in this video I'm going to explain exactly why you should be exploring the idea of getting involved in the real estate industry today before it's too late and all the opportunities have passed you by. Stay tuned. Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Aram Gazari, and I'm a real estate agent here in the Chicagoland area, and I'm also a real estate investor. I bought one building, I'm buying a second building, and I help a whole bunch of investors in this area do the exact same, along with a bunch of agents. And I'm coming to you with the video that I'm very excited to do. Why it's the best time to get into real estate. And I'm gonna share some reasons with you here coming up. You're gonna disagree with me at first, but when I hit you with point number 5, you're gonna be like, he got a point. He got a point. Every single one of these basically build back on one another, okay? So stick around, and if you enjoy the content, if you got any value from this as an investor, as an agent, whoever you are watching this, please like the video, leave a comment with your thoughts, feedback, compliments, complaints, whatever you want. I'd love to know why you think it's the best or worst time to get involved in the business. And of course, subscribe to the channel if you find it worthy. Let's not waste any time. Why is it the best time to get into the real estate industry? Because the market is crashing. Well, that's counterintuitive, right? There's gonna be less deals available. There's gonna be less people qualified to buy a home. So that's reason 1, 2, and 3. And yes, on the surface, you're like, okay, the real estate market's crashing. Why am I gonna be investing in real estate? Why am I gonna be selling real estate? That doesn't make sense. There's less real estate available to sell. There's less people buying that real estate. It's a nightmare. It's gonna be so much harder to sell real estate in the next 2 years than it was in the last 5 years, right? Because in the last 5 years, you didn't really need a lot of skill to do anything. In the last 5 years, if you were an investor, it was more like, hey, I'm gonna throw this pen at something. Oh, stuck at a property, boom, bought it. It's worth 20, 30% more 2-3 years down the road. Anything you bought in 2018, 19, 20 is worth 20% more down the road. But as an investor and as an agent, things are about to get rougher. And this is why it's the best time if you're the special type of individual, which I think you are. Reason number 4, agents and investors are quitting in droves. What does that mean? Everybody's leaving the industry. It's gonna be basically empty in here because nobody wants to deal with the pain and suffering that is about to be upon us. Foreclosures, less buyers, headaches, a whole bunch of negotiating ticky-tacky stuff, lenders not approving any loans. It's gonna be a nightmare, which is why most investors don't wanna risk their money and invest in real estate right now. And a lot of agents don't wanna risk their livelihoods, their finances, and be involved in an industry that for the next 2 years is most likely gonna be down. Which is exactly why reason number 5 is you need to be involved in real estate, which is less competition. That's right. Whether you're an investor, there's gonna be a lot less investors bidding on properties, which means you now get to look at that property. They're asking 200 grand. You're the only bidder. You could offer 150. You could get away with murder. Why not? If you're in real estate as an agent, you have some type of skill and you can survive in the next 2 years, you're about to take up so much market share. Because by the time everything gets good again, you will have built a business, a reputation, a brand. You would have struggled through the chaos, and you would basically gotten a lot of new clients because a lot of agents quit. You know, Sally's aunt is no longer selling real estate, so Sally's coming to you. And when you put an offer on that property, it no longer has 3 offers. It has just yours, which means you as a buyer of investment property have a lot of leverage. And you as an agent, just understanding that, hey, the market is down. If I just can survive this amount of time, and there's less competition. So even though there's less deals happening and the deals are much harder to close, there's less agents to close them. And even more, there's less experienced, knowledgeable, and hard-working agents available to close them. So if I was you, I would look at this as an opportunity. I would be very optimistic as I am now. Now, there are times as an investor that I worry because I own 2 buildings now. You know, what if my tenants don't pay, da-da-da-da-da. As an agent, I worry because I have all this overhead, but how am I gonna, stay in business next 2 years when the market is low and my income may go from 200 grand to like 80? But I remember something about my life. Even though the market is crashing now and people are gonna be in a bad financial position, First 4 years of my career, between 2017 and 21, I was in a personal recession. So if I could survive that, I could survive anything. So I am like Ford, built tough. Okay, so I'm not too worried about it. I'm actually super, super excited. I can't tell you how many people are leaving the industry, and guess where their client's gonna have to go? At the end of the day, Gary is gonna have to sell his house and move to Florida because Gary's getting old. At the end of the day, there's gonna be estate sales, there's gonna be foreclosures, and I'm gonna capitalize on every single one of those, and so should you. So to answer your question, why it's the best time to get into real estate, is because there's gonna be so much less competition, so many more opportunities, and everybody's afraid to take advantage of them. I want you to look at history. In 2008, everybody, literally lenders, real estate agents, investors, everybody just left the industry. Ghost town. So everyone that was left was, end up like in Detroit. They were buying properties for $5,000. That is insane to me, right? Here in Chicago, you could have bought a condo for $45,000, $50,000 in really good suburb, really great school districts. I know because one of my clients bought one for $61,000, and then 5-6 years later, we ended up selling it for $150,000. He did nothing to it. So now is the opportunities. I would take advantage of it. If you're a real estate investor, understand what you just want to do to downside your risk is whatever they're asking for, whatever the market is at that time, hit them with that 30 to 40% discount, right? That way, if there's any drops, you're fully protected, and you don't really have to be an expert marksman to find a great deal, right? Just get something below market, because the market will be really, really down in the next, I would say 6 months to a year. The market's gonna be really, really down. So whatever you end up buying, as long as you can hold it long enough, you're gonna make a ton of money. And real estate agents, stick around. You'll be shocked where your business will be in 2 years. I hope this was valuable. If you found any information in here that was helpful, shared a different perspective, or whatever the case is, please do me a great honor. Leave it in the comments. I reply to every single one of those. And if you want to get on a one-on-one call with me, I got 2 options for you. One is the expensive one. If you want a one-on-one private call, it's $150, 1 hour of my time. We could talk about anything you want to talk about. The second one is the Patreon. It's only $10 a month for 4 calls. Every Thursday, 10 a.m. Central, whoever is part of the Patreon gets a Zoom link from me, okay? We get on there, and you can ask me anything you want for that hour and a half that I'm on that call. I do it every Thursday, 10 a.m. Central Time. It is the best, cheapest coaching you're gonna get, especially where the market's going. You may need that person to come in and be like, hey, keep doing this, hey, adjust here, da-da-da-da-da. Because that's what we need to be doing right now. A lot of adjustments and putting ourselves in the best position to win. And that's why it's the best time to be in the industry. Let's make it happen. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.